Hey everybody, you just tuned in to What's Up with Giancarlo. All right, for today, we've got the topic 2 study guide. All right, that's what we're going over. All right, let's look at number 1. It is Steve. Steve made $50 raking leaves and $75 mowing lawns. He gave 60% of his earnings to his mother. How much money did Steve give to his mother? So, how much money did he make altogether? That is how we can find the whole. This is a proportion question. So we do part over whole equals percent over 100. So to find the whole, we do 50 plus 75, and that will equal 125. All right, so it says you are looking for the part. So we do not know the part, so that is a question mark. And then 125 is the whole. All right, and that equals, he gave 60% of his earnings. So 60%, always, the percent always goes over 100. All right, now what do? The bat and ball. Okay, draw your little bat. It's not going to be the best bat in the world, but whatever. Draw your ball. You multiply the bat. 125 times 60, and you will get 7,500, and then you divide by the ball, and you will end up getting $75 is how much he gave his mom. All right, that is the answer for number 1, and that is all the work you show. Let's move on to number 2. Numero dos. What fraction has the same value as 33.33333%? Okay, so how do we 33.33333%? So first things first, let's change to a decimal, just so we can have a decimal. How do we change a percent to a decimal? We move the decimal over to the left twice. So now it's 0.3333333. Okay? So all you have to do is take the fractions that they give you and divide them. Okay? Top goes on the inside. So 1/2 is one of them. All right, 2 doesn't go into 1, so we make a decimal, add a 0, decimal goes straight up. 2 goes into 10 5 times. We already know that's not it. Okay, 1/3 is the second one. 1 goes on the inside, 3 goes on the outside. Doesn't work, decimal, 0. 3 goes into 10 3 times. Okay, so that works right now. 3 times 3 is 9. 1. 3 doesn't go into 1, so I add a 0, bring it down. 0. 3. Clearly, we can already see it's the answer. All right? So 1/3 will equal 0.33333 or 33.33333%. Okay? Very easy stuff. Okay. Number 3. There are 104 males and 121 females participating in a marathon. To the nearest percent, what percent of the participants are female? So we are looking for the percent. It says what percent? So we write down part over whole. This is number 3. This is number 2. This is number 1. So part over whole equals percent over 100. So we have 104 males and 121 females participating in a marathon. So the whole would be the total amount of people participating in the marathon. So 104 plus 121. 522. So my whole is going to be 225. And then it's asking about the participants that are female. So the part would be the amount of females, which is 121. That equals, we do not know the percent, so it's a question mark. Over 100, always, because the percent is always over 100. And now all we do is bat and ball method. Draw your bat. Draw your ball. We know we multiply the bat. 121 times 100. All right, gives me 12,100. Divide it by 225. And we get 53.7777, and then it eventually rounds to an 8. But it says for my question, to the nearest percent. So this is what matters. So we look at this one, okay? So since this is 5 or more, this 3 goes up, and our answer is 54%. Woohoo! Let's move on. Number 4. Austin correctly answered 92% of the questions on a geography quiz. Liz answered 47 out of 50 questions correctly. Compare their scores. Okay. This is also part and whole. Part over whole equals percent over 100. We have the percent for Austin. We do not have it for Liz. So we have 47 as the part and 50 for the whole. Equals percent over 100. Bat and ball. 47 times 100 equals 4,700 divided by 50. And you get 94. 94%. All right? And is 94% bigger than 92%? Greater than 92%? Yes. So your answer would be Liz answered 47 of the questions correctly, which is greater than 92%. So Liz earned the higher score. Liz, higher score. Número 5. Renata is purchasing a condominium for $125,000. She wants to put down a down payment of 20%. How much is the down payment? So the down payment would be the part. Yes, this is another proportion bat and ball method question. Okay, so the whole is the amount that she's paying for. So she is paying the entire amount of $125,000 for the condominium. How much is the down payment? We do not know. That is the part. But the down payment is 20%, and that is over 100. So like all the other ones, bat and ball. Not really a bat, but don't judge me. So we multiply the bat, 125,000 times 20, and we get 2,500,000. Then we divide it by 100, and we will end up with $25,000. That is your answer. That is how much the down payment would be. Number 6. During bowling practice, Marley rolled 14 strikes out of 70 attempts. What percent of Marley's attempts were strikes? Doesn't get any easier than this, guys. Part, whole, equals percent over 100. All right? So Marley rolled 14 strikes out of 70 attempts. We don't know the percent. It says what percent. But we do know the part is 14 because it's 14 strikes. It's asking about the strikes. And there were 70 attempts. That is the absolute total amount of times that she rolled, or he. Doesn't specify. So that Marley rolled. But we do know the percent is over 100 always. Bat and ball. Bada bing, bada boom. Draw your bat, draw your ball. Multiply the bat. We get 1,400. Divide by the ball. And you get 20%. And that is your answer. I don't think it gets any easier. I do not think so. Okay. Number 7. Mrs. Feynman has 20 boxes of markers. Next year, she plans to buy 420% more boxes. How many boxes will she have in all? Well, she has 20 boxes total right now. Okay? This is another part over whole, another proportion, another bat and ball method. And you see I'm writing this down, the proportion down every single problem. You guys should too. So, we don't know the new, or the part. We do know the whole, the entire amount that she has right now, which is 20. That is 100% of the boxes she has. That's why 100 goes down always. And she plans on buying 420% more. What do? Multiply. The ball, bat and ball method, we multiply the bat, divide by the ball. And when we multiply 420 times 20, we get 8,400. Then we divide by the ball, which is 100, and we get 84. She will buy 84 boxes. She plans to buy 84 boxes and have so she plans on buying 84 more. So she'll buy 84 more. 84 more boxes. So when she buys more boxes, it says how many boxes will she have in all. So she has 20 right now, and she will get 84 more. So it'd be 20 plus 84. So she would have 104 boxes in all. The question is, how many boxes will she have in all? The answer will be 104 because 20 boxes that she already has plus 84 new ones will be 104 in total. Little tricky part of a question, okay? Just pay attention, read every question carefully. Number 8. Annette is surveying people in the city about their interest in a new shopping mall. She found that 180 people, or 37.5% of those surveyed, do not want a new mall. How many people did Annette survey? So, we have another part over whole equals percent over 100. So the part is the people that she surveyed, 180. We do not know the total amount. It's how many people did she survey. We don't know that. But we know the percent is 37.5, and that's over 100. So bat and ball method. So we multiply 180 times 100, and we get 18,000. And then we divide 18,000 by the ball, which is 37.5. And that will end up being 480. She surveyed 480 people. When you know how to set everything up, that is when you are able to work everything out and just get everything correct. All right? Number 9. A store owner buys sweatshirts for $16 and marks them up 20% to make a profit. What is the cost of one sweatshirt? So now it's a little different. We have a markup. When we do markups, we have selling price over original equals percent over 100. So we do not know what the cost of the sweatshirt is. We know that we don't know the selling price. Question. We know that the store owner bought it for $16. That's the original. We know that 100 goes right here. So they are marking it up 20% to make a profit. So if $16 is 100% of what it is, and they're charging you 20% extra, what's the percent that you are paying? Well, that would be 100% plus 20%. That is the percent of the markup. So you will be paying 120% markup, 120% for the sweater. So we have 120 as the percent. Okay? Now bat and ball. We do 16 times 120. And we end up getting 1,920. And then we divide it by 100. And we end up with $19.20. That is how much the sweatshirt will cost whoever buys it. Number 10. Tyson does 75 sit-ups during his workout. He wants to increase his sit-ups by 15%, which represents the new amount of sit-ups. So there's no selling price, but this is a markup. So we can do new amount over original equals percent over 100. So we don't know the new amount that he's going to do. So that's a question mark. But we do know the original amount he does is 75. We know the original amount is 100% of what he did. And now he wants to increase it by 15%. Okay? He does the full 100% and he wants to increase it by 15%. So the percent that he will be doing is 150% of the old amount. So 115 goes up here. Bat and ball. Draw your bat. Draw your ball. Multiply the bat. 75 times 115. And we get 8,625. Then, 8,625. Then we will divide by 100 and we will get 86.25. But you can't do 0.25 of a sit-up, so we would round down to 86 sit-ups. If you can't get that full sit-up in, it goes down. That is number 10. So, number 11. We're blowing through this. Let's go. Number 11. A deli owner sold 90 sandwiches in one day. Of those sandwiches, 36 were pastrami. What percent of sandwiches sold were not pastrami? This goes back to part over whole equals percent over 100. So it says 90 sandwiches were sold in a day. We know that is the whole. And then it says 36 were pastrami. You would think that's the part, but the question asks for were not pastrami. So what we would do here is 90 minus 36 to find out the amount that is not pastrami. So we cross that out, make it an 8, make this a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4, 8 minus 3 is 5. So we get 54 as the part, and then we don't know the percent, but we do know it's over 100. So bat and ball. We multiply the bat, and we end up with 5,400. Then we divide by the ball. And we will end up with 60%. It was 60% of the sandwiches. I knew it was 60%, just wanted to check. Make sure everything is correct. Let's look at number 12. Number 12. Jeremy bought a $60 pair of sneakers on sale for 15% off. Then he used a coupon that gave him an additional 10% off. How much did Jeremy spend on the sneakers? Well, this is a markdown. So we will do selling price over original equals percent over 100. So the selling price as of right now is $60. Sorry. We do not know the selling price right now, but we know the original price is $60. And $60 is 100% of the price. Now it's 15% off. So what I'm going to do here is to find how much of the percent that we are actually going to pay for, I do 100 minus 15. So, 0, 10, 9, and then this becomes a 10. So 10, actually just cross that out, make it a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 1 is 8. So we will be paying 85%. Bat and ball. So 85 times 60 is 5,100 or 5,100. Then we divide that by the ball and we end up with $51. But now that we have this, it's 10. He used a coupon that gave him an additional 10% off. So we still don't know the selling price, but we know the new price with the 10% discount, with the 10% coupon. So now it's again 100%. So 100 minus 10 is obviously 90. So we'll be paying for 90%. So bat and ball again. 51 times 90 gives me 45.90. Then divide it by 100. And we end up with $45.90. And that is how you work that. You work out number 12. All right? It's just two markdowns, one after the other. Number 13. We've got a town's population of children increased from 376 to 421 during the past year. What is the percent increase in the population? Round if needed to. Okay, so when we have percent increase, it is change over original equals percent over 100. So what is the change? How do we find the change? Well, we go from 376 to 421. So we can subtract them. 421 minus 376. So make this a 3. Cross that out, make it a 12. But cross it out, make it an 11, so we can make this an 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. 11 minus 7 is 4. 3 minus 3 is 0. So whatever. The change would be 45. The original is the 376. And then we do not know the percent, but we know it's over 100. Now all we do is bat and ball method. Very simple stuff. 45 times 100 is 4,500. Then we divide that by 376. And you should end up with 11.968. And I'll just leave it there. But it says round if needed to. And you see all the answers. The closest answer to this number is 12%. All right. Let's move on. Number 14. The value of an autographed baseball card increased from $39 to $65. What is the approximate percent increase in value of the baseball card? Once again, this is a percent increase, so it is change over original equals percent over 100. So the change, it went from 39 to 65. 65 minus 39. Cross that out, make it a 5. Cross this out, make it a 15. 15 minus 9 is 6. 5 minus 3 is 2. So now we know the change is 26 and the original is 39. We don't know the percent. That's what we are looking for, but it is over 100. Bat and ball method. 26 times 100 is 2,600. Divided by 39. And we will end up with 66.666666. Okay, so what is my answer? It is about 66.67%. Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Holla. Yeah. All right, so number 15. Little embarrassing, but I gotta find ways to keep myself entertained, okay? So, number 15. A store sells a $400 microscope after a markup of 32%. What is the price of the microscope at the store? So, markup is selling price over original equals percent over 100. So, what is the price of the microscope at the store? Okay? So, I'm reading this question and it is, I feel like, poorly worded. It should have said a store bought a $400 microscope and then sold it with a 32% markup, but whatever. We do not know the selling price is what I'm trying to get at, okay? But we do know it cost $400, which is 100% of the price they bought it for, and they're charging a 32% markup. So you're paying 100% plus a 32% markup. So the percent for it will be 132%. So 132. Let's bat and ball method it, yo. So 400 times 132 is 52,800. Then we divide it by 100, and we will end up with 528. And that's the answer, y'all. Let's do number 16. 16. 16. All right. Jermaine buys t-shirts for $6 each and marks up the price by 45%. How much profit does Jermaine make from each t-shirt sold? Ooh. So there's two parts to this, all right? This is a markup, so it is selling price over original. I did not plan on the video being this long, but we got to do what we got to do. Percent over 100. So Jermaine buys t-shirts for $6. So we know the original is $6. We don't know the selling price. We know that 100%, $6 is 100% of the price. And it's a 45% markup percent. So 100% plus 45% equals 145%. So 145 goes there. Bat and ball. Now I'm just trying to speed it up a little bit. 145 times 6 gives you 870. You divide it by 100 because that's the ball, and you get $8.70. That is how much he sells them for. But the question is not how much does he sell it for. It is how much profit does Jermaine make from each t-shirt sold. So what we would do is $8.70 minus $6. And you will end up, and Jermaine will end up getting $2.70 per t-shirt. This is the answer right here. All right. Number 17. A coffee table is on sale for 20% off the original price of $115. If there is a 7.5% sales tax, what is the final price of the coffee table? So this is a discount then sales tax problem. We do not do sales tax on the discount price. We do it after the discount price. Okay? Sorry, that was a little confusing. We find the markdown, the sale price, then we tack on the sales tax. Okay? So this is a markdown or a discount or whatever, markdown. Still selling price over original equals percent over 100. So the original price is $115. We don't know the selling price, but we know $115 is the 100% of the price, and it is 20% off. So 100% with a discount of 20, so it's taking away 20%. So you will be paying 80%. So 80. So we do 115 times 80 divided by 100. Or there's the bat and the ball. So 115 times 80. 115 times 80 is 9,200. Then we divide it by 100. And that is 92. So now that we have our selling price after the discount, we have to do the sales tax, which is just like a markup. Okay? So let's do it right down here. We don't know the selling price, but we know the price is 92. The original price is 92. And then we know the 92 is 100%. 100% plus the sales tax of 7 point, oof, almost messed up there. 107.5%. So it'll be 107.5%. 107.5 bat and ball. The way I do it and the way I'm teaching you will give you the answer at the very end. All right? We'll give you this answer straight up. So 107.5 times 92. 107.5. Let's separate this because it's first part and then second part. 107.5 times 92 will give you 9,890. And then you divide it by 100. And you will end up with $98.90. And that's the answer. Decent amount of work, but it's right there for you. Okay? Number 18. We're almost there. We're almost done. Only 20 problems. Okay. Samson opened a bank account with 1.25% simple interest. The total amount of interest Samson will earn after 20 years is $812.50. How much did Samson deposit when he opened this account? So we're doing simple interest. We all know the formula is I equals PRT. So the I equals $812.50 because that's saying the total amount of interest after 20 years will be this amount. We do not know the P. That's a question mark. We know the R is 1.25%. So we have to change that to a decimal for the rate. So we move it over twice and it becomes 0 there. So it becomes 0.0125. So the rate is 0.0125. And then the time, T, equals 20. So we just fill in 812.50 equals P times 0.0125 times 20. So what we can do here is multiply these two. So let's just 812.50 equals P times 0.0125 times 20 is 0.25. And to find P, which is a variable, we have to get it all alone. So we do the opposite of what's showing. So it is multiplying, so we divide. And we have to do it to both sides to keep this whole equation even, to keep it equal. So now we are 0.25 divided by 0.25 is 1, or 1p. You don't have to put the 1. And then we have 812.50 divided by 0.25. And we will end up with 3,250. That is how much Samson put into the bank account when he first opened it. All right? Number 19. Micah opened a bank account that earned simple interest with an initial deposit of $2,200. She made no other transactions throughout the year. At the end of the year, Micah had $2,260.50 in her account. I would assume it's Micah. What was the simple interest rate? So I equals PRT. I equals, to find that out, we have to subtract what she had in at the end versus what she put in. So at the very end, Micah had 2260.50 and she put in 2200. So we subtract 0.5, decimal goes straight down, 0.600. So the interest is $60.50. The principal is the amount she had put in, which is the initial deposit, which is $2,200. We do not know the rate, but we do know the time is 1 year. All right, so let's plug these in. 60.50 equals, the principal is 2,200 times R times 1. 2,200 times 1, mess up. 2,200 times 1 is just 2,200. So let's just rewrite it. 2,200 times R, or just R. Now to get rid of this 2200, it's multiplying, so we divide 2200 R divided by 2200, and we do it to both sides. We end up with R on this side equals $60.50 divided by 2200 equals 0.0275, or as a percent, we move it over to the right twice, 2.75%. That's your answer, and that's what I'm sticking to. All right? Almost done. Number 20. This one's a little bit of a doozy, okay? So, Daryl deposits $1,500 into a savings account that has a simple interest rate of 2.7%. All right, so this is another I equals PRT. So, Lori deposits $1,400 into a savings account that has a simple interest rate of 3.8%. If no other transactions are made, who will have more money in their account after 10 years? And how much more? So, let's separate these, okay? This is Daryl, and this is Lori. So, we know that P equals 1,500 for Daryl. We know that the rate is 2.7%. So if we move it over to the left, it would be 0.027. And we know the time is 10 years because it's the same for both of them. For Lori, the principal is 1,400. The rate is 3.8%, so it would be 0.038. And the time is 10 years. So I equals 1,500 times 0.027 times 10. I equals 1,400 times 0.038 times 10. I'm not going to just multiply them all together. You can if you want to, but I'm just going to work step by step. So 1,500 times 0.027 equals 40.5 times 10. And we get I equals 405. Now let's work on this side. I equals 1,400 times 0.038. We get 53.2 times 10. And then we will get I equals 532. So it's asking who will have made more money after 10 years and how much more? Lori will. And when we subtract, it'll be 532 minus 405. The answer should be 127. Little hiccup in the answers, but it is after 10 years, Lori will have 27 more dollars than Daryl. It should be 127. All right. But boy, was that a long video. I hope everybody does well on the topic. I hope everybody does well on the topic 3 quiz. On the topic 3 quiz. All right. I hope nobody notices that. I hope everybody stayed along and watched it, even though I said topic 2. All right. It is the topic 3. All right. Thanks for watching. And if you're watching, you're a part of the class. Later, everybody. See you next time.